Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I can't believe we have a chance to go and talk about the sale. I'm actually going to make sure to link this down below for all of you guys. But right now, we actually have the PlayStation 5 God of War console that's actually astronomically up on sale in almost every big major retailer. I'm going to go and have the Amazon link for that one first and foremost down below. It's probably the easiest way to go and just buy it, get it, and ship it, and all that good stuff. So that'll be linked, like I said, down below. We're going to talk about this, talk about the deal, talk about why they're probably doing it, and everything else, and as well some other kind of big gaming news too to go and talk about for this one. So let's go and bring it up. Let's go talk about all this good random stuff in general. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, hopefully you guys are going to have a fantastic and a lovely weekend. And as well, like I said, we have all the Amazon links down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch, and if you guys are bored and want to hang out, linked also down below. We also have the just usual general links too, and let's go dive into the video itself. So as you guys may or may not know, there's also a little bit, I think, I'll talk about this one a little bit because some people actually might be upset, is that if you guys know, the consoles have been hard to get until recently. But right now, we're now slowly starting to see these next-gen consoles, funny enough, actually end up on sale on occasion. So we have Xbox going on over there, we have PlayStation going on over here, and they both have actually ended up on sale. So as you guys go through the PlayStation 5 God of War bundles, and as well as some of the Xbox Series X bundles, they're now slowly but surely getting into sale. But this one is a more intriguing one because this is a absolutely massive deal. You're basically going and getting God of War Ragnarok for $10. Now, it's kind of like an intriguing enough thing for me to go bring up and talk about because, as I mentioned, this is huge. We almost never see the consoles go on sale. Right now, you can unironically go and use the link down below, and you guys can literally go pick up the God of War Ragnarok bundle for $509, and you can literally go have overnight delivery. So let alone the fact that you can actually go and get the console itself, which a few months ago was still unheard of. That's why we were still doing the day-to-day tracking until stock pretty much became normalized. But now you can literally go get it for even way cheaper and, well, better. So as you guys can go and see, for some odd reason, I'm maybe guessing, here's my speculation on this one, is that all these big retailers, because even some places like even the actual PlayStation Direct itself, like this is literally from Sony, if you prefer it from this one, like I said, I'll just link down Amazon, because I feel like most people are just used to that or have an Amazon account or Prime or whatever. But for this one, literally, look at this. Look at this. This is insanity. This is like so cool to go and see. Although it kind of sucks if you literally just got your console about 2 days ago. Like there probably was someone or some random mom or someone's birthday or whatever who throughout this past week just got their same God of War Ragnarok bundle for $570, which if that was me, I'd probably be upset. I'll be honest with you guys. I probably would be. Like, I'd probably want to return it and then try to rebuy it or something like that to save the extra $70. I probably would be doing that. But as you guys can see, it's actually valid from now from 03/23 through this year until 04/16. So for the next like around 2 weeks or so, if you guys want to, or maybe just subject to general availability, a lot of big retailers will be having the consoles in stock for way cheaper. So it's a good example for this one where we do have the Amazon God of War bundle over here for $510. And like I said, overnight delivery, you can get it really quickly. If you order within a few hours or so, you guys might have it literally showing up tomorrow. This also might be maybe a really good deal for you guys to maybe go mention to maybe like friends or family or just anyone in between, because if you can somehow save an extra $60, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know God of War was one of the better games out there, and it was just a very good game. I enjoyed the whole entire experience. It was a very long game in general. It almost won Game of the Year, but it won a lot of other like big Game of the Year awards, etc., and we can go from there. So this is big. If you guys want to, we're also going to stop and even say places like Target, save $50. Sale God of War console includes PS5 console, God of War Ragnarok game voucher, and DualSense wireless controller. Limited quantities available, no rain checks. Which is why I feel like if you guys really want to go and push for this, or maybe your friends have a deal for it, whatever it might be, it's probably worth it to get it now rather than later. If it sells out and all these big good deals go up, although they are available in a lot of the other big retailers such as GameStop or Amazon and everything in between, yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's good vibes. But just make sure you get it before it sells out. The funny thing is, though, even with all the God of War bundles being on sale, if you guys look at, say, the digital console, I don't think it's on sale. I believe that's not on sale. I think this is just the normal price. And same thing, too, as well with all the other general, like, PlayStation 5 normal editions and normal PlayStation 5 digitals. None of those are on sale. It's just the God of War disc editions do seem like they're on sale pretty much everywhere. But that's a pretty big, hefty price cut. That's like an extra $50 off. That's a pretty good deal. So once again, link down below. Now, my expectations, or I guess speculations, because we're seeing all these different types of, like, news articles. We're seeing all these different things of people finally going and talking about this, too, as well. And this is probably one of the very first times you've really seen such a big price drop officially. So we've seen a few things like that weird Wish website that wasn't really Wish, it's like that weird Amazon affiliate place where they had like a 10% off code if you signed up for their accounts and all of that stuff, which counts. Like I think you still save like 30 bucks or whatever it was. It was still good. But one of the bigger things is this is like an official everywhere Sony deal. We're actually seeing this stuff all floating around when it comes to, like I said, Target, Amazon, PlayStation Directs, I believe also GameStop. So just if you guys have been in the market, it's probably worth it. Now, the main reason why I think this has probably happened is probably because we had like such a huge backlog, and I think I've actually mentioned this on prior videos before. We had like a really huge backlog of stock and a really huge backlog of pretty much everything. And it just got turned probably weird. They probably like overly ordered. They probably were like, hey, we have an extra 500,000 or so consoles, so we're gonna go and do it. We're just gonna go and probably just do a nationwide sale. It's probably also good in terms of production too, because I'm sure they're churning out as much as they can, because it takes a little while for that to stop. Like, you basically have to work in these contracts probably months, if not years in advance, especially with this big semiconductor issue that was ongoing for such a long time, and all these production issues going on for such a long time. And I just feel like they probably maybe made a big mistake. Now, I think I'm okay with Sony making proper mistakes like this, if that means that anyone watching who hasn't gotten their console yet, unless you're like little Jim over here who maybe, you know, just never had their console already like a few weeks ago and they just got it. But I think it just makes sense. They probably just overproduced it. A lot of places, probably like Target or GameStop or Best Buy or whatever it might be, they probably overly went and sold it. Or maybe overly like try to like I guess bought from Sony. Like, you basically know how you'd be like, hey, how many consoles do you need? Okay, we're selling 500,000 a month. If you can work it in 700,000, oh yeah, we're making a lot more. We're producing a lot more. We can send it to you over on Amazon side. But then when all the stock was available and all the general stock was 24 ready available, or say the PlayStation Direct, then the stock probably isn't moving as fast, or as well, it's more equalized out. So instead of maybe like say Amazon has 100,000 stock and they'll instantly sell it out, because that's the only drop that was available. Now, let's say there's 50,000 everywhere. Well, that 50,000, if you can pick and choose, some folks might go to Target to go pick it up that same day. Some people might go to GameStop because they have a GameStop closer. Some people might do Amazon because they could deal with the shipping, or some people might just do the PlayStation Direct because they know it's from Sony. So I do kind of feel like that's also a big affected element, because it's kind of weird to say, it's only been like 2 or so months that the stock is actually readily available. A few months ago, there actually was not stock readily available on, say, an Amazon or a Target or a Best Buy. PlayStation Direct was in stock for quite some time, but everything else can kind of go either, either way. I don't know. It's weird. It's strange. So I think this is actually really cool. I like the idea that we're finally seeing this price point. $50 off is really, really nice. And everything else in between, I like this. I vibe this. I talk about this. I want you guys to get your consoles, or like I said, maybe share the Amazon link if you guys have friends, family who want to take part of this deal. I would say absolutely go for it, because this really has not happened too much on an official Sony-wide side. And as well, with the fact that stock's finally getting normal, we might see more of these in the future. And as well, this also might lead towards even more better console bundles, because I'm sure whenever the next big game, maybe Final Fantasy 16, we may see more of these working on it. But to get God of War for like 10 bucks, that's unbeatable. Like, that game was really good. It's a really good starting game for the console, and maybe for birthdays, maybe for upcoming holidays, or I don't know, St. Patrick's Day. I think that just passed though. Whatever it might work out for you guys. But this was really cool. This is like one of the most unspeakable and best deals out there. Like I said multiple times, linked down below. Now, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a wind down video too, as well, we're actually seeing over here that Metacritic itself, like the really big game reviewer, has pretty much rated Sony as the #1 publisher slot, which makes sense too, because, well, they do have the consoles, yes, but the publishing side is very intriguing. So in our publisher rankings published 1 year ago, Sony actually finished just behind Microsoft in the #1 slot. Now, it was always that back and forth drama between the two, but basically Sony had a huge year when it comes to actual releases for their IPs. And it does make sense too. Like, they're not all 100% 10 out of 10 bangers, but a lot of them actually quite are. So you guys can kind of see all this type of stuff. And just going good. So basically, Sony had nothing but good things in 2022. They may have had really good ports. They've had really good normal games. They've had good online games, and et cetera, et cetera. Of course, even God of War that we've been mentioning a lot throughout this video was very, very solid. We've also looked through all the other various PlayStation games that have come out, and they didn't go and say even the worst title was just MLB The Show, which still had a solid 77. So it's kind of cool to go and see how they pretty much are pacing this as like #1 and #2. It's just really, I don't know, it's kind of nifty to go and see how they kind of went and visualized this on up to in the first place. So I don't know, I think #1 makes a lot of sense. I think PlayStation has had that nice quality of game, and they want to make sure whatever game they sell and works on is good, and I appreciate that. I think all of us can appreciate that as a publisher and a published company, that we want them to go and sell a good game. We want to have good produced games, and their overall average was 85.6, which I think is all around really good, and everyone has also said their games are all solid, at least if it hits your genre, or fits your genre too as well. So all around huge deals, big stuff. Really happy to see this, and hopefully goes in the weekend. I was getting some pretty good deals. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys are bored and want to hang out and chill and follow. And of course, all the Amazon links down below for all the consoles. Definitely go pick up the God of War 1 on sale. And of course, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.